Hey guys, so I'm not gonna lie to you, I've already filmed this video actually twice. It was two separate videos. I had purchased a few things from Ulta. They are having their 21 days of beauty right now. I don't foresee myself purchasing anything else, but who knows with me, you never know. But I purchased a few things. These weren't all on their 21 days of beauty, but most of them were, and so I just wanted to use what I had gotten, share them with you, and just use them basically. So I am excited to dive in, so let's get started. Let's start with the eyes. This is nothing new. This is an older Colourpop palette. It's the California Love palette. I had seen people talk about it for a long time, and I had just thought that it was beautiful. Of course, I probably have these shades in my collection, but it just looks like a beautiful palette. And me, when I'm getting ready to do my makeup, I want to grab for one palette. I don't like to grab from certain, like I don't want to grab like 2 or 3 palettes, you know? So that's just my thinking. So when I saw this, I just thought I have to pick it up. So this is what it looks like. That's the top of it. It's definitely messy for sure. There was a plastic cover on it, and I think I threw it away when I pulled it out the other night. But these are the shades that we're looking at. You've probably seen it. It's nothing new. But this shade here called Cruisin' looks so beautiful. It's a duochrome, or it looks duochrome to me. So yeah, I'm just excited to use it. That just looks pretty. So, as always, let's start with the eyes first. So I think I'm going to take this shade here. It's called Gnarly. And I'm just going to put that through my crease. There's kick up in the pan, but that's true with all Colourpop. Then that didn't do a whole lot, but it did just kind of like deepen my crease and define it a little bit. I think I'm going to take a little bit of this color here. It's called Sequoia. Just kind of put that in the crease too. I'm really stiff today. I slept on my back wrong and it's hurting, so if I'm moving weird, that's why. I'm going to take a little bit of this shade called Gold Rush. It's it has those little micro glitters in it. It's a matte with micro glitter. I hate those shades, to be honest, but I've decided if they're going to put them in the palettes, I have to kind of utilize them, you know. I am going to deepen up this corner, but I'm going to try not to go too deep today. We'll see. We'll see. Then I think I'm going to take a little bit shade here. It's called CAHUENGA. I don't know what that is. I'm afraid to even try to pronounce it because I'm afraid I will butcher it. And I'm just going to put that here. Then I'm going to take this shade called Cruisin' right here. And I'm going to put that on the rest of the lid. So just to kind of mesh those two together, I went ahead and took a little bit of Diego right here and just kind of put right there. Just to kind of make it pop a little bit. And then I'm just kind of going around the edges, no extra product, just to blend. I might dip in just a tiny bit to Sequoia right here. And just kind of pretty. If you are a beginner, if you are advanced, I don't care who you are, Colourpop has some amazing palettes for some amazing prices. So if you're looking for a good palette at any at any makeup stage, I suggest a Colourpop palette. This is a great palette. I only used a few colors out of here. I used one, two, three. I used this whole top row and these two. I used quite a few. I used 7. 7 out of 12 ain't bad. So I use quite a few of these shades and I really love them. I'll probably never really dip into the glitter. That's just not I just don't like glitter. I've tried to like it. I feel like, I put my best foot forward on it. It's beautiful. Nothing wrong with it. I'm just not a glitter person. So again, nothing wrong with it. I'm just not a glitter girl. So maybe one day, who knows, but not today. I gotta go to the store soon and I gotta get some makeup wipes. So for the time being, my makeup eraser is my makeup wipe. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the eyes alone for a minute and just kind of let them simmer and set. And we're gonna move to the face. So I don't have a new makeup primer. I don't have a full face of anything from everything from Ulta, but I have a few things. So, but I just want to use this Mint Melt from e.l.f. Everybody seems to really love this stuff, and they call it a dupe for the Milk Hydro Grip. I don't have the Milk Hydro Grip to compare it, but that seems wonderful. But we will use this today. I kind of want to use a pore filling primer too. I'm gonna take a little bit of my e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer. It's the matte one. I'm gonna take a little bit of it, and I'm going to just kind of put a little bit on my finger. And I'm gonna use this in my T-zone. And I'm gonna kind of press it into my pores, because this really helps with my pores. And with it being the matte version, it's going to help with that too. Okay, so e.l.f. Mint Melt. Got a little on my hand here. And this is just going on the perimeters. This gets very tacky. See how sticky that gets? It's crazy. It smells really good. When I go to rub, it's like getting stuck. My hands get stuck, so I just kind of like pat that on my face too. And it works. So I'm giving this another go. I have tried this, I think twice now. I bought what I thought were 2 different shades, but it ended up being the same shade. And I gave it to my friend, and she's fallen in love with it. She has bought, I forget how many she bought, but she loves it. She thinks it's the best stuff ever. And I do too. Honestly, I think it's a great foundation. The color match was my problem, the shade. So I purchased this. It's in the shade Malta 640. It's the Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. And it's still just a little bit yellow, but it's a better color match than the other one that I had, and I forget the name of it, but it started with the C. I do remember that much. So I'm going to use this today. Okay. So I put a little bit on. I mean, literally the tiniest bit goes a long way. So you can tell how full coverage this is just looking at my lips. It looks a little bit better that way. I don't know. I look crazy right now anyway. So Tarte came out with a new concealer. It's the Ultra Creamy. So I picked that up. This was 50% off. So I got the Tarte regular Shape Tape, and I got the Ultra Creamy. And so I thought we could compare the two. So one on each side. They're in the same shade. It's Fair Light Neutral. So I'm going to do one on each side, and I want to be super, super full coverage today. Let me tell you something. If you're wanting to like cover everything on your face, this is the way to go. So this is the regular Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just going to put a little bit here and there. I really don't need a lot, so I'm not going to put a ton on. But I want to try it out, so I'm going to put enough to try it out. So here is the creamy, and I'm going to put just enough on there. Okay, so just looking at it, I'm gonna look up close because I'm blind. The shade looks pretty similar. I'll hold it up in the component so you can see. This one looks just a little bit lighter in here, and I don't know if it's the component itself or if it's actually a little bit lighter, but on my face, looks pretty much the same. So I am gonna blend it out with my brush. I got this brush. It's a Morphe M173. I got it from Ulta, and I love it for blending concealer under my eye. One of the best. Okay. I'm gonna clean my brushes off so I can do the other side. I did the regular Shape Tape side first because it can dry quickly. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. And I think it depends on the kind of foundation I have underneath it too. So I've never used this combo before, and I wanted to just go ahead and work before it dried. Just cleaning my brush off on my little washcloth, depending on where you're from. Just kind of blend that in. A little bit of this goes a long way, and I can really tell that on my chin because I put just a couple dots, and look how far it spreads. I know I kind of blended over. The main comparison is going to be under the eyes. So I just like to blend out the edge first on the concealer, like down here. Blend that out. And then take this brush, I've cleaned it off too. And same thing over here. Okay, so none of this is a first impression. I've done all this before. Used all this before. Except for the California Love palette. I hadn't used it. So, just looking. The very first time I did this, I looked at it and I was like, I don't see a difference. I think that there's as much coverage on one side as there is the other. It looks the same to me. This, the creamy, I could tell was more, you know, radiant and hydrating. I could tell that, but I couldn't see a huge difference as far as coverage went. So this time though, I feel like I put the same amount of product. I mean, honestly, you can't sit there and measure it out, but I feel like I put relatively the same amount. So I'm judging more right here underneath the eyes, okay? So this was the regular Tarte Shape Tape, and this is the Ultra Creamy. And I'm looking at it today, and I see a difference in coverage. The Tarte Shape Tape definitely has more coverage than the Ultra Creamy today. Now, the other day, I didn't think I saw that, but maybe it was just me. But today, I truly see the difference. I don't know if you guys do, but I do. I can tell that this one, like I see more prominence of my dark circle here than I do here. That's just basically what I see. You guys tell me what you see. Tell me what you think. I had debated even getting this, the new Ultra Creamy, because I had seen a review and I had a friend tell me that it wasn't as, like it didn't cover as much. Of course, it was more creamy as far as more hydrating, but it wasn't as much coverage. And so I debated even getting it, but I went ahead just to see, because I was curious. So, and it was half off. I mean, how could you say no? So I am going to add just a little bit more coverage, or a little bit more concealer, and see if I can get more coverage from it. I feel like it's a little bit more comparable now. I still see more coverage on the Tarte Shape Tape, and if I'm gonna have to use more of the Ultra Creamy, you know. But anyway, I like a more hydrating concealer, so I will definitely use it. It's not like I won't use it. I don't feel like I wasted my money, but at the same time, like if you're expecting it to have the same amount of coverage, they definitely do not. So you can tell that they're different, a little bit different in their packaging. It looks a little bit different in there. I don't see a huge difference in the shades on my face, but I do see a little bit in the packaging there. But yeah, I'll definitely be using them. In the beginning, I wasn't crazy about Tarte Shape Tape. I was like, it's okay. But here lately, I've been reaching for it a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm very full coverage. I don't have a new setting powder, so I'm just gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me. It's in the shade Fair. And even though I blended out everything with a brush, I'm still gonna set my under eyes with a sponge. I just like the look of it. Put a little on there. Technically, I don't like to bake. I really don't, but I'm just trying to lighten it up a little bit because of that yellowy color. So that's why I'm letting that sit there for a second. This is a very, very good drugstore powder, just saying. Okay, so I picked this up. This is the Belgian Waffle palette from BH Cosmetics. In here you have 3 highlighters and 3 bronzers. This is supposed to be a bronzer, but it's very light. I don't know. Maybe I could set my under eyes with it. But I like that these are more cool tone bronzers. If you know me, you know I like a cool tone bronzer. It's my thing. This is what the bronzers look like. Swatching them on the back of my hand, this one's definitely a little bit warmer, that's a little bit cooler. So I think I am going to go with this one, which is the cooler tone. It is called Batter. And then I picked this palette up. It's from Juvia's Place. It was half off too. This was not during the sale. This was a different visit. But this is the Saharan 2 Blush Palette. These are all the beautiful blushes in here. There are 2 shimmer blushes and 4 mattes. I just think they're gorgeous. And I think this one, for me, could even be a bronzer. I mean, it's a little warm, but who knows? I've not tried it as one, but who knows? Okay, so for blush, I want to keep with the warmer tone eyes, so I think I might just like try these 4 just a little bit. That's what I love about a blush palette, is like you can just mix in what you want. So I'm gonna try these 3. Like, I know I'm waiting for, but I'm gonna stay with those 4. I'll tell you what I pick. Okay, so I just dipped into all 4 of these. All 4. That's Sola, Tao, Zoba, and Lena. And I'm going to go in with a light hand because these are super pigmented. And I dipped into 4. Okay, and so then I put it on and I see that it might be a little bit much. I can take my powder brush and kind of go over it. And then also I can dip into this Yara shade right here, which I said could be a bronzer. And I could just take just a tiny bit. I literally dipped in once. And just kind of tone it down a little. You know? It's still there. It's still on there. It's still the color. But I feel like it toned it down enough to where it's not bright peach. It's just toned down. Do you guys see the difference? Okay, and so going back to the Belgian Waffle palette. I think I'm gonna go with this middle highlighter. I just swatched them all on the back of my hand. They're all beautiful. This one's just a bit more icy. That one's like an in-between color. And then that one, of course, is a deeper shade. I think I'm going to go with the middle one. You see that? Oh, so pretty. I did not get this at Ulta. This was something I purchased a little while back. I've had it a little bit and I'm not really utilizing it as much as I should. This is the Benefit Brow Micro Filling Pen. So it has like these, like a fork prong on there. I'm gonna show you what it looks like on the back of my hand. You see how it has like little hairs? Very, very cute. This is the shade Deep Brown. And I'm going to use it on my brows today. So I'm just going to comb through them with a spoolie. It's way past time to do my brows. Okay. And then I'm just going to take this and kind of comb upwards with it. It definitely fills in my brows. And if I had more brow hair, I could be happy with that. But I don't. And so I want more. So it's definitely not bad. It's just, I need a little something more. So if you have fuller brows than me, you would definitely like this. I did get this during the 21 Days of Beauty. I love this product. It was 50% off. I couldn't pass it up. It's the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So this is the one that has the ink on one end and the pencil on the other. So I'm going to use the ink from it. I got the shade Cool Cookie. The one from Benefit just does more of these strokes at once. But then I like to use the pencil too to clean things up. This isn't new. This is my Makeup Revolution Brow Gel in the shade Ash Brown. I'm just going to take it through my brows. I don't like my brows today, so let's not talk about them, okay? I'm aggravated with them. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, anyway, moving on, moving forward, moving away from that. Let's finish the eyes. So with this, I'm just going to take this shade Gold Rush right here, and I'm just going to run that under my eyes. I'm not running it the whole way. I'm just going to keep it on this outer corner. Then I'm going to take some of this Sequoia shade and run there too, all along the lash line. Nothing new here, just taking Colourpop Grande along my top lash line. And then I'm going to take some of the Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in Woodsy and put on my waterline. This is the Pixie by Petra. It's a large lash mascara. And I didn't plan on picking this up. I was just at the register. They have all these, you know, different little things up there. I saw this and I was like, I think I'm going to pick that up. When I got home, I realized it's the best brown. It is not a black mascara. However, I don't have a black or a brown mascara in my collection. They're all black. So it's kind of a nice little addition. So I'm going to use this today and have brown lashes instead of black. So it's a nice mascara, it really is. This is the wand on it. It's kind of a little bit, it's slender, but then it goes chunky. It's hard to get those bottom lashes. I make a mess every time. But I did like it. It's a good mascara. It's just a little bit harder to get the bottom lashes. To finish up the eyes, I almost forgot to highlight. Imagine that. I'm going to take some of this. Let's go ahead and take this here. It's called Powdered Sugar. And we'll just highlight the brow bone. Inner corner. And then I got this. This is the Mademoiselle lipstick from Juvia's Place. You know my love for Juvia's lipsticks. I am obsessed with them in these days. So I'm going to put this on. I also got a lip liner from Juvia. I just don't think it'll go with this lipstick. I already had one. I got the shade Sweet Nothing. So here's the shade Sweet Nothing. Here's the new lipstick in Mademoiselle. And here's the old lip liner that I had that I loved. It's more pinky toned. It's Lush. There's the pinky toned liner. Let's try to do something with these two. Why not? Why not? You know? I love these though. They're so good. It just goes on so smooth too. That's what I love about it. That is just gorgeous. That's the Sweet Nothing liner. Then this is the Mademoiselle lipstick. I think that's beautiful. I didn't think they go together, but they do. Okay, that redeemed my eyebrows. I was kind of down about my eyebrows, but I like my lips. Okay. Alrighty. So that looks good. I'm happy now. What do you guys think about my Ulta haul? It's a little bit different of an Ulta haul, but what do you guys think? I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with everything. That's all I can say. I'm pretty happy. So, I think as always, I'm just going to go out and say it. Juvia's is my standout from this. Love the blush palette from Juvia's. Love the lip liner from Juvia's. And love the lipstick from Juvia's. Would you guys like to see a full face? Oh, I love the foundation from Juvia's too. Like, see, it's not as yellow now. Would you guys like to see a full face of Juvia's? I pretty much did one today, but I think that there's a few things I don't have that I could get and we could do. So let me know if you guys would like to see a full face of Juvia's Place, because they just came out with eye primers, I believe, and I'm really excited to try those. So they are a very affordable brand, and I love them. I absolutely love them. They are such a good brand. If you've never tried them, please do, because you will not be disappointed. I promise you that. You will not be disappointed. So this lipstick just feels so good. So good on my lips. Oh, so good. All right, I'm going to shut up now. I've been filming way too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.